Welcome to the GGB Supplier Showcase, our exclusive sneak peek at the best and brightest products and services produced by vendors to the gaming, iGaming, and sports betting industries. For today's episode, we're visiting the showroom of Ainsworth Game Technology, where Cody Herrick, the company's director of game design, talks to us about the new Pac-Man wheel game just released by Ainsworth. The wheel builds on previous releases of Pac-Man games, and Herrick tells us how Ainsworth has worked closely with Bandai Namco, the owners of the brand, to create unique and authentic Pac-Man games. Learn more about the games in the Pac-Man library at agtslots.com. To get more information about the GGB Supplier Showcase, contact Terry Brady at tbrady@ggbmagazine.com. Welcome to the GGB Supplier Showcase. I'm Roger Gross, the publisher of GGB, and today we're sitting down with Cody Herrick, the game designer for Ainsworth. Cody, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Roger. It's great to be here.
You know, I'm excited about this episode because I think what we're going to cover here drills down to really the essence of game design when you employ a recognizable brand that the players have a kind of a visceral connection with. Pac-Man brings back all kinds of memories to me. I mean,
it's great, isn't it?
I remember I was a dealer in Atlantic City, and I'd work the 10 or 12-hour shifts and go to the bar afterwards and play Pac-Man for a couple of hours every day. So it was a lot of fun. But there are other people who are much younger, who probably played it on their little handheld devices or their television console or whatever.
I remember playing Little League baseball, and we were sponsored by a little bar and restaurant, so we'd go there after our games, and they had one of those pub sit down style Pac-Mans with the two players, one on each side, and
right.
Oh man, we'd play that forever at the little pizza place. It was great.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's really close to my heart, which I guess is what you're trying to achieve. So let's start with Ainsworth hasn't had a lot of these theme branded slot machines. You guys have really developed your own themes for the most part, but this is a real interesting one. What is your strategy when it comes to brands?
Yeah, our strategy with the brands is really the right ones. We want something that's going to fit within the overall Ainsworth product line. We want something that's recognizable to the players. And I guess the biggest deal is we want something we can make a fun, good slot machine out of. So I think really Pac-Man kind of hit all of those aspects of it. And that's what really drew us to that. And the brand owner, Bandai Namco, is very engaged and very wanting this product to succeed the best it can in the market, and not so much just lending us their brand. So it was great to work with them in the game design as well too.
Sure, absolutely. So why did you choose Pac-Man, and how did you hope it would resonate with the players?
Sure. Yeah. So Pac-Man was just like kind of how we started, right? That nostalgia feel of it. Players that were playing Pac-Man in the arcades have kind of grown up now. They're looking for, a little bit more out of their gaming experience. So I think slot machine was kind of the next avenue for Pac-Man. You're being able to gamble those games. You're going to be able to enjoy Pac-Man, enjoy those sounds, the visuals, the entertainment that came with that original arcade game. But now you're able to get some fantastic wins and a good story to tell from this.
Sure, and you've had this brand now for a couple of years. Tell us about the history between the Bandai Namco as well as with Ainsworth.
Sure, yeah. So the initial partnership with Bandai Namco started, 4 or 5 years ago, in designing Pac-Man Wild. So it's a really cool product. We dressed up the cabinet with some yellow decals and stuff to give it that nostalgic feel of an old arcade cabinet. The game itself, had a good bit of volatility to it. It was very fun. Had a standalone progressive. We learned a lot from the product, both Pac-Man Wild and Pac-Man Dynamic, which did very well in the market. And we've learned some things from that product. Mainly those games, because they were progressive, they were max bet to win progressives.
Right.
So if you're asking, 300 credits to be able to be progressive eligible, that was, a little bit out of some people's reach. So we made some improvements there. We did keep the mechanics that we liked in those original games due to that success. So that extra reel that happens above the base game, having a base game feature, And, I think a lot of time the market has advanced as well too. Games can't, tend to get by on a single feature. So trying to improve upon the game design aspects for Pac-Man Wheel to bring it up to what the player expects out of a slot product today.
So how did the players respond to those early games?
Very well, very well. The Pac-Man Wild, Pac-Man Dynamic were definitely some of Ainsworth's best products. We did eventually start to move a lot of those to the market, to our Class 2 division, our historical horse racing as well. So those games are still in the market today, doing well, still putting out great numbers. So Ainsworth kind of continued that development with Bandai Namco to further advance the product.
So let's talk about the Pac-Man wheel here. It's obviously
Sure.
got a bonus operation up top there, and what exactly do you have to do to get that bonus, to get into the wheel there?
Yeah, so the wheel itself has 6 different features on it. We have our base game array here. So maybe one of the other changes we did too is this is now a ways game. So all our pays left to right, nothing really too hard to figure out. Just 3 or more in a row, and we're going to get our win. We've also made the trigger into the wheel very simple. We have our wheel symbol that appears on reel 1. And then if we get that on 1 and 5, that's the only 2 reels it appears on. But if we get that both, then we get a spin of our wheel. A lot of cool, quick bonuses can happen up here. So you're going to get those wheel spins very frequently. We've also continued the base game feature. So here you see our green ghost. If you don't mind, I'll spin through a couple spins, but you see these big stacks of our green ghost. This is our reveal symbol. Oh, and I got the wheel. This is how frequent it happens. I don't even have to turn my magic key.
Right.
But with our wheel spin, I guess I'll show you this here first. There's a couple different features in here. Most of them are going to be kind of very quick because of the frequency of how this happens. So what are we going to get the first one? Of course, we're going to get the longest one. And I guess this is kind of why we are able to use our magic key. But we'll play through the free games here. You'll see a little bit, and I can talk a little bit about the base game mechanics of this during the free games. But essentially, we had our 3x5 base game. What we're going to do in our free games is we're going to get 3 of those. So triple now the sets. We're still going to get that stacked ghost symbol to come, which is our reveal symbol. So lining up a few of those big stacks, they're going to reveal that same symbol underneath it, and that can be combined with big wins. The other thing that we're going to do in the free games is we're going to add that extra reel. So again, similar to those original Wild and Dynamic editions, the player will feel very comfortable with that mechanic. So here you see our 3 reel arrays and our extra reel up top. So in our extra reel, what we're hoping for, we're going to add some more green ghosts to the reel, is the green ghost to come up here. And I bet we'll be able to see that during our here we go, our free spins. So it'll change all the fruit symbols, our lowest paying symbol, into the green ghost. They're going to run away. So just make sure all those symbols underneath are the same. So hopefully we're able to combine it like this with hopefully our red ghost. No. And now here we'll change all the fruits. What am I looking for? Pink ghost here would be great. I got the orange ghost, but a bunch of 5 of a kind orange ghost. Great win up at the top reel there. So just on my quick spin there, I got almost $100. So there's a lot of potential definitely in the free games. This one takes a little bit longer, but your player's getting rewarded for it. When I get back to the base game, I'll discuss a few of the other features in it because there is a lot in this game. And that's something, that we've looked at advancing from those original Wild and Dynamic editions was these extra features, these extra bonuses, stuff that players are used to seeing in these intellectual property games. All right, back to the base game. And here I can show you the reveal of the ghost there that he'll run away. We'll show the special symbol underneath it, whether it be the fruit or we combine it with our highest paying symbols as well, too. All right. I'll show you a couple of the features in the wheel here, the quicker ones. So again, just 1 and 5 is our wheel symbol that gets us into it. Pac-Man going to go to the center here, and we're going to get another bonus. This time we're going to get the fruit bonus. So it's going to highlight all the fruits that appeared on the reel. So corresponding with that spin, Pac-Man's going to come through now, eat all those fruit, just like he would in that arcade game. Instead of getting some points, you're going to get some credit prizes. It's always one of my favorite parts about playing through the arcade is, we definitely played for that high score, right? So making sure to get those big bonuses during that fruit bonus. So Those are just a couple of the features. Oh, I almost thought I was going to hit it naturally again.
So what did you learn from those early games that you incorporated into this game or you changed in this game?
Yeah, so some of the things that we continue to learn, like I spoke about, was changing it over from a lines and not max bet to win progressive to a ways game, and now it's any bet can win there 2 progressive levels. So we stayed with the 2-level standalone progressive. So the players will feel comfortable with that mechanic. We've also kept the extra reel. We thought we had a lot of potential in that. Now it doesn't do the same thing that the previous game's extra reel did, but it's a phenomenal step forward with what we've been able to do there. We also extended out the reel array during the free games. That's something that we learned worked very well in those original titles.
Sure. So you mentioned that you have this in Class 2 and HHR machines as well. Are they all participation machines?
So in Class 2 and HHR, that would be the Wild and Dynamic we have out in the markets. No, the original titles are a mix of for sale and participation products, as well as wheel.
Okay. So when you develop this game, do you have to send it back to Bandai Namco to get their approval on it, or how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know that because they're very involved with the development. We're having constant meetings with them, making sure everything's right. I don't think there's a point where once a month we're sending a copy to have them review. They're kind of always in. We're always working with them. They're working on the artwork, the sounds. They have a team as well on their side helping out with the project. It's not so much as just handing over the license. We're going to build what we need to build and send it off to them to sign off on. They're very involved with the process of the design, which has been great.
Yeah, that's great. So they're you work hand in hand pretty much then.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, the Bandai Namco is an entertainment company. They definitely know what they're doing.
Sure. So that helps you out, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Great. Well, is the wheel game available right now? And
it is. Yeah, it's available right now. We do have some in the markets, some really good opening numbers. So we'd like to continue to get it out and see the performance climb.
Great. Well, I hope you get a lot of calls. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm going to look for that the next time I'm in my local casino. I don't know if it's any of them, but I'll keep an eye out.
Sure. Great. Thank you.
Great.
Appreciate it.
I'm Cody, and good luck with this machine. It's really, really dynamic, and I hope it really is a success for Ainsworth.
Thank you very much. Yes. Pleasure talking to you again.
Thanks for joining us at the GGB Supplier Showcase, our exclusive sneak peek at the best and brightest products and services produced by vendors to the gaming, iGaming, and sports betting industries. For more information about the GGB Supplier Showcase, contact Terry Brady at tbrady@ggbmagazine.com.